Yeah, but at the same time, I look at my personal experience within a multitude of Black cultures, and I have never really fit in from that community, whichever community's point of view. I've always been the kind of guy that's like, oh. And if you look at most creators in the arts, they don't fully function within any given community at all, especially comedians like Todd. I mean, it's just so from an industry point of view, from a profit point of view, if you're a broadcaster or a studio, diversity is going to kill your bottom line. Diversity of story is going to kill your bottom line from that point of view, right? Like how many, from that point of view. Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. So the idea that a film like Moonlight would cross over as big as it did was anathema to that mindset, right?
Or Black Panther.
That was still largely within a framework that they, like it didn't, the only thing that really challenged them was the Blackness of the story. The genre was, okay, we can wrap our head around that. But films like Moonlight and what's his name, the Keenan Peels or whatever their names were.
Yeah, Get Out.
Get Out,
yes.
Right.
Yes.
Fundamentally shook up the industry to the point where I think it's just confusing a lot of people at the top. It's like, and it's making them more insecure as far as their positions are concerned. There's been a bloodletting of executives throughout the industry.
You know, the one thing I'll say, and I've had this theory for years, because I've been trying to make Black film and TV for fucking years. And the trope, the thing that's always said to me is, oh, Black stuff doesn't sell across the seas and whatever. And my problem is, okay, for decades, for many, many years, throughout the history of film, only certain Black American film artists have been able to make their movies. And sometimes they're just comedies, because Black entertainers are often comedies. And comedies often don't translate because comedies are based on, and you know this, Todd, sometimes comedy is based on wordplay, and wordplay is hard to translate sometimes. Sometimes it's really hard, and to actually work in another language as a comic is really, really hard. So
I don't get Todd most of the time.
No.
So.
Oh, dude, there is a long line behind you.
Exactly.
Of people.
But if you were to look at like the works of Sidney Poitier or other artists, like of course they try. And Bill Cosby's sitcom played in South Africa during apartheid. So the whole thing of like black entertainment.
They used to say that about action movies, though. They said that you'll never have a Black action movie because no one will pay to see it. Right, and then Black Panther came along.
And this is why, to me, Black Panther was such a huge thing. Anyway,
but to the Bill Cosby point, whoever that is, if you want to talk about the whitewashing of art, that story was again a very typical Black story, as I understand it. A lawyer and a doctor. The doctor, by the way, who had a practice as a gynecologist in his basement where he was able to administer drugs. Just saying, the writing was on the wall.
It's like House of Cards. It's like, if you look at House of Cards, it's like, oh, it's all there.
Yeah. It's all there. But here's and I will say this about House of Cards. That was me just doing there it is. Anyway, the Seinfeld, to the point of the Seinfeld point, is yes, like he was whitewashing his own product, because there's a reason that his parents and George's parents weren't in every episode,
right? Because
that's where any executive would go, ooh, too Jewy. Can we say that? We just said it. It's too Jewy. So it was used to kind of pepper and bring, sort of like anchor his character again, of like, this is kind of the product where he was from. But if you think about the diverse shows that have been out there, the ones that really stand out to me are the ones like when I think of like the typical, it's false to say you can't make Black television, because yes, the Cosby Show is one of the most popular shows on the planet.
Ever.
One of my favorite shows growing up was Good Times.
Yeah, me too.
The Jeffersons.
All white writers.
To be fair, Norm did a good job, right?
For the time.
For the time. Blackish is a great and fantastic show.
Yeah,
so you can't say you can't not make it, because there are great well, yeah, you can't, but that's a counterexample. Well, how many counterexamples do you need before you just go, oh, this can work and it's working and it works?